Hey everyone, Jamie here, and in this video I wanted to talk about some of my favorite or most used apps of 2020. Now this is something that I've done in years past, either on YouTube or on the TechnicalCafe blog, and while I don't necessarily do it every year, I think it can be cool to kind of log what I've been doing and what apps I've been using, and then look back on it over time to see how things have changed. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody has a happy, healthy, and safe 2021. So before we start talking about some of my favorite apps from the past year, let's talk about the phone that I've been using itself. So the phone that I'm using is an iPhone 12 Pro Max in this nice blue color, and I had actually recently upgraded from an iPhone 11 Pro Max, which I had been using prior to that. I do like the bigger screen real estate that the larger iPhones offer, and I also like that the iPhone 12 Pro Max has probably the best camera setup of any of the iPhones in the lineup. So next up, let's talk about the case that I've been using to protect my phone, and that is the Apple clear plastic case. I use this case with my iPhone 11 Pro Max as well, and I really like how it lets the phone show through, especially with this nice blue color. It's nice to be able to just see it and not have it covered up. And I also like how this case, offers a decent amount of protection. It's obviously not like an OtterBox case or something like that, but it does have a MagSafe ring in case you're using a MagSafe charger, and it does keep the phone relatively safe, protects it from small dings and drops and things like that, and it doesn't add too much bulk to the phone either. So when I picked up the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I figured I'd also pick up a MagSafe charger as well, just to kind of test it out and see what it's like, since I had already been using a wireless charger anyway. So as you can see, it just sticks right on there, and it's actually on there pretty well. It doesn't come off if you tug on it, and it just kind of helps prevent you putting the phone down in the wrong position that would sometimes prevent it from charging if you were just using a regular wireless charger. So I do like it and would recommend it as well. Alright, so in no particular order, let's get started with some of my favorite or most used apps over the course of the past year. And to start off, we're going to be talking about Apple's stock Notes app that comes with iOS. And while it's a stock app, it's actually an app that I find to be pretty useful, pretty simple to use, with a clean interface, and it just kind of gets the job done for me. So I like being able to just pull my phone out, open Notes, not have to worry about signing in or anything like that, and just being able to write down something that I want to remember later, whether it be, taking a photo of something and just storing it in there, or writing down the name of a song, or making a quick list or something like that. And it's also nice to be able to pull it up on my MacBook, for example, if I'm sitting at my desk and don't have my phone nearby. So what's also great about the Notes app is that it lets you customize the text with various fonts and font weights, bolding, italics, things like that. You can also go ahead and add in tables, you can add in photos, you can scan documents using built-in OCR scanning, which is nice if you have something that you want to scan into a PDF and then email off to somebody. And the Notes app is also great because you can add drawings into it as well, so if you wanted to make a diagram or something like that or mark something up, you're free to do that as well. So up next is another stock app that comes with iOS and macOS, and that is the Reminders app. Now there are other Reminders apps out there that are more full-featured and that offer, a lot more customizability and the ability to nest reminders and add subtasks and things like that. But the simplicity of the Reminders app really just works for me. I like being able to just pull up my phone, tap Reminders, and just type something in. You can set a time, you can set a date, you can set a place to be reminded, and you can also just use Siri. Just, if you say, hey Siri, add a reminder for tomorrow at 10 o'clock, you can go right ahead and do that. And also Reminders does have some features like the ability to add notes, links, things like that, and it just kind of works for me. Alright, so up next in the list here is the Fitness, or previously known as the Activity app, which is another stock app with iOS. So as somebody who's been using an Apple Watch for the past several years, it's really nice to be able to just pop into this app and kind of get an overview of what my activity throughout the day has been. And what's nice too is that you can also see your steps, you can see the distance that you've gone, you can see the number of flights of stairs you've climbed, and you can actually scroll through a calendar to see how this compares to days that you've worn your Apple Watch in the past. What's also nice is that you can go ahead and log and track workouts as well. So if you were doing a particular workout like an outdoor walk, you can go ahead, log it, see how your heart rate was throughout the workout. You can see how long the workout was. You can actually view the workout on a map and just kind of see where you walked and that sort of thing, which is just really cool. And the app is pretty simple to use, and it just gets the job done. So up next in the list is another health and fitness app, and that is HeartWatch. So HeartWatch allows you to track your activity just like the fitness app, but it also allows you to track your heart rate as well, and that's the feature that I mainly use it for. I really like how it allows you to pull your heart rate data from your Apple Watch in HealthKit and then view it on a nice graph that shows what it was over the course of a day. And what's nice is that you can actually scroll through the graph and see what your heart rate was at a specific moment in time as well. Another great feature of this app is that you can actually scroll through and see what your heart rate was in previous days, just so you can kind of compare and see maybe what your heart rate was when you were doing different activities and things like that. So this is an app that I check multiple times throughout the day. It's kind of cool, and I would recommend it if you're into tracking your heart rate over the course of the day. So up next in the list is a Twitter client, and that is Tweetbot. And Tweetbot actually made it into the previous version of this video from 2018, and unfortunately we skipped 2019, but Tweetbot is a great Twitter client that has a clean interface, it's easy to use, and it actually supports a bunch of gesture-based navigation as well, so you can easily swipe to reply to tweets and things like that. You can view photos inline, and it's just a Twitter app that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for something other than the stock Twitter app. So up next in the list is Apollo for Reddit, and as somebody who browses Reddit pretty frequently, this app sees a lot of use out of me. It's really great to be able to just jump on my phone, jump on Apollo, and kind of scroll through the subreddits that I follow, and even search for new subreddits too, because it has a pretty robust search functionality as well. You can also go ahead and take a look at some of the posts that you've made as well via your own profile. And the great thing about Apollo is that it supports gesture-based navigation. So once you get the hang of that, you can really kind of fly through the app and do the things that you'd like. And what else is cool is that there are a variety of different settings that you can use to customize the app. So anything from the appearance of the app, the theme, the font size, things like that, all the way down to the app icon or the gesture-based navigation that's built into the app, you can customize. So it's definitely a great app. There's updates coming out for it pretty frequently, and there's just a great app to use for browsing Reddit. Up next in the list is 1Password, which has been my password manager of choice for several years now, and it's one that I would highly recommend if you're looking for a password manager to keep your own passwords and other data safe and secure. So 1Password makes it easy to remember data about various accounts, so all you need to do is type in the account that you want to create. There's a whole list of pre-populated ones, or you can create your own type of account if you'd like, and then you can just go ahead and enter in your username, your password, email address, and even other data if you want, as 1Password allows for a variety of custom fields as well. So maybe you're signing up for a website that requires a PIN or a security question and you don't want to forget it. Go right ahead and log it into 1Password, and you'll be able to just pull it up later on as well. And the great thing about 1Password too is that you can use it to remember not just passwords, but notes, credit card data, and more. So next up in the list is Dark Sky, which is one of my favorite weather apps. And on the left side of the screen, you can see that it shows a nice bar graph of what the weather is going to be like throughout the day, with darker colors indicating more cloud coverage and blue colors indicating precipitation. And if you look over on the right side, you can see more pertinent information like wind speed, expected precipitation amounts, things like that. And then you can scroll through and see what the weather is going to be like and click into it throughout the week. There's also more information that you can get in the app, like weather maps. You can also see notification settings and things like that. So if there's weather that you might want to be notified about, you can go ahead and turn on those settings as well. So definitely a weather app I'd recommend if you're looking to supplement the information you get from the stock weather app or whatever source that you get your weather information from. So the next app in the list is my go-to calendar app, and that is Calendars 5. I really like how Calendars 5 has a bunch of different view options like weekly view, monthly view, day view, list view, and task view, so you can see your appointments and things like that in different ways. And what's also cool about Calendars 5 is that it has natural language recognition, so you can go ahead and type in dinner and then a time, and it'll go ahead and put that in on a specific day at a specific time. What's also cool is that you can go in and add information manually if you'd like, so if you want to add a note to that appointment, you can also go ahead and do so, or if you want to manually adjust the time, that's also an option as well. Calendars 5 also supports multiple different calendar sources, like Google Calendar, for example, so it's nice to be able to manage multiple schedules if that's something that you're interested in doing, and it's definitely just a polished app and one that I would highly recommend. So the next app in the list is Old School RuneScape Mobile by a company named Jagex, and what it is it's a mobile way to play the full-featured version of Old School RuneScape that's available on the desktop, PC, and Mac. So Old School RuneScape Mobile is actually what I kind of credit with getting me back into Old School RuneScape. I played the original version of RuneScape way back when I was probably in middle school, and kind of on and off since then. It's a great way to just jump into the game, play for a little while. Maybe you're not at your computer, maybe you're laying in bed or you're out and about and just kind of want to play the game. It's a great way to do that. The touch interface is pretty intuitive. It's easy to use. You can access most, if not all, of the features that you have in the main desktop client. And it's just a fun way to spend some time if you have a few extra minutes kicking around. So if RuneScape or RPG games like it aren't really your style, maybe a first-person shooter game like the next app in the list, Call of Duty Mobile, is more of your thing. So Call of Duty Mobile is a great way to play, albeit a reduced version of Call of Duty right on your cell phone. So many of the features from the main game that's on Xbox are in the app, so you can have multiple weapons, perks, kill streaks. Many of the maps might be familiar to those of you who've also played Call of Duty on console or PC. And it's just a great way to kill some time in a game that I would highly recommend if you're looking for one to play. And there you have it. That's a list of some of my favorite and most used apps of 2020. There are obviously others that I didn't include, but this list covers the majority of them. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of the support that I've been given on this channel, and I hope everybody has a very happy, healthy, and safe new year in 2021.